I'm Regina Chen.
Hi, I'm Angelina. Today we're going to talk about being a working mom and having kids and life in Irvine and what that's like and what we like and dislike about it.
Coming up. All right, I'm super excited today. I invited my friend Angeline to join us today. Angeline is the soccer mom. Her daughter and my daughter went to the same soccer league. That's how we met. She is also a Irvine homeowner. Welcome, Angeline.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for joining us.
Of course.
I know that you've been living in Irvine for a long time, but exactly how long have you been here?
I've been here for 20 years. I moved here in 2001.
You are the one so far I heard of that have the longest living experience here. Were you born here or did you go to school here?
I was born and raised in California, and I moved to Irvine for college. I attended UC Irvine, and that was 20 years ago. And here I am today. College graduate, was lucky enough to find a job locally, get married, have kids, and so...
Did you hear that, guys? You had to move here so you can find a husband in Irvine, not just for the house and school. Okay?
Well, actually, to be specific, I met my husband in Palm Springs, but we were both from Irvine.
Okay,
so.
all right. That's an important detail. And so after college, you find a job here, and I'm sure that when you were a college student and now as a mom, how you see Irvine or you experience Irvine will be very different. Let's talk about what a college life is about and what do you like about Irvine that time as a college kid?
Oh gosh, as a college kid, honestly, I love things that are new, right? So moving down to Irvine in 2000, 2001, you know, the city was just starting to develop into this beautiful city it is today. Not that it wasn't before, but I just felt like there has been a lot of changes in the last 20 years.
Sure.
And I loved the wide roads, the clean air, and the newness of everything, right? Lush landscaping everywhere. Growing up in LA, we didn't see that as much, so it was a breath of fresh air for me. So being close to the beach, having access to pretty much anything you can think of at your fingertips is all here.
Right. It must be like, I feel like the new energy, right?
Yes.
Like it started to develop and all of that. And probably that's just when the most like corporation companies start to move in. That's how help with the job aspect, right?
Yes.
I assume probably pretty easy to get a job that time when you graduated there.
Well, I felt like I got relatively lucky, but at the same time, yes, there were a lot of opportunities here.
Right. But what about I heard a lot of people complain, young people complain that there's no nightlife, no clubbing here. What do you think of that?
I'm actually okay with it because I wasn't much of a party goer anyway. So I prefer, spending a nice evening at a local coffee shop, having coffee and dessert and just chatting with good friends and with good company. So that really had no impact on me.
Didn't
not having
bother
much
you.
of a nightlife here. Yes.
Good. What about now? Now you have kids, you're married.
Yes.
What do you like about Irvine?
I feel like it's the perfect environment. Really going back to the clean air, the wide roads, and just I love how Irvine has preserved so much natural space, right? The endless trails we have here. We walk Jeffrey Trails a lot. We go to the Great Park a lot, and Peters Canyon Trail. We hike there a lot. And so I feel like we just have access to so much of that, probably within a 5 to 10 minute car ride from our home.
Right.
And of course, Newport and Laguna Beach too, so.
Yeah. And not to mention all those nice resort style HOA amenities, right?
Yes.
Right. Oh, the pool community have more than one pool. I really feel like we're like a resort and you have like all the jacuzzi, some have basketball court, tennis court.
It's true. We live in a resort town. My husband always says, gosh, look at, Woodbury Town Center. Look at, Orchard Hills Center. All of these beautiful plazas have been designed to have that resort feel, to make you feel like you're on vacation. Yet, this is what we call home. We get to experience this every single day. We are so close to it, and people fly thousands of miles just to be in this type of environment. So we're lucky to be able to live in it every day.
But to be fair though, you pay for it.
You do pay for it.
You do pay
yes.
for it. And let's talk about it. So you have 2 kids. I have 2 kids. How old are they? Which schools do they go to?
I have 2 daughters. My older daughter, Kendall, she's 8, and my younger daughter, McKenna, she's 6. They are in 1st and 2nd grade, and they both go to Woodbury Elementary. And I love the school. I feel like all the teachers take their jobs very seriously. They keep parents abreast of everything that's going on in the classroom every single day. So even though we're not physically there, I feel like I know exactly what's going on every day.
That's good. That's good. And what is it like during pandemic time? I think now is most family are feel more comfortable go back to school in person. But
Yes.
during pandemic time, they have three different format in IUSD. During pandemic time, Irvine School District actually offer three different format. If you can go in person, the traditional way, and on the other extreme, you can just do 100% online, or you can opt in a hybrid model, means that you only go into the school 1 day or 2 days a week, doing some like a more like presentation or more interactive aspect of learning. So I'm curious, what did you guys choose to do during pandemic for your kids?
We chose a virtual option, which is called IVA, Irvine Virtual Academy. And the kids loved it, actually. You know, it was a little bit chaotic for the parents just because at that time we had a kindergartner, we had a first grader. They were on separate Zoom schedules. So literally my daughter would start from 8 to 8:30. She would jump off. My other daughter started at 8:30 to 9:30. Then the other one had small group from 10 to 11. It's just constantly trying to monitor and keep organized of their Zoom schedule. Made it a little bit more chaotic than we would have liked, but we're still happy that we were able to survive the whole year, and now really happy now that they're back in person. So
I know. I mean, the pandemic, no matter where you at, it's just tough for everybody.
Tough for everybody, yes.
I think as parents, I really appreciate what our school district's doing, that they're trying to offer to accommodate, offer
all
options,
types of options,
right? So
yes.
we get to, it takes a lot of coordination, and they turn things around in such a like speedy pace. I'm pretty impressed. So what about now? Aren't you excited? The kids are all back to school in person?
I am very excited. I just love for the kids, of course, to have that social interaction and taking direction from someone other than my husband and I. I think that really makes a difference for them, and it, you know, kind of reminds them what it's like to get in line and to take turns talking, raise your hand to go to the restroom. I feel like all those things have been lost, obviously, during the year that they were at home.
For sure, for sure. You know, for other audience that are not in Irvine, can you explain what the school is doing to make sure everybody is protected, make sure that in terms of like this safety, health concern, how it works now?
Yes, so they have implemented a lot of new guidelines and protocol. Obviously, everybody is masked indoors, teachers, students, staff. They are on a rotational schedule for lunch, meaning I think only each grade goes to lunch at one time, and they are timed actually for 30 minutes, and then they switch with the other group who are on the playground, and then they go back and forth so that there's not a lot of unmasked
overlap interaction. So a lot of spread them out.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What about the girls? What do they think about the whole new protocol?
You know, honestly, they're so young, and prior to the pandemic, only my oldest daughter had attended kindergarten, so they didn't really have much to go off of. So for them, this is normal, right? They don't know it any other way.
They adapt fast, I guess, for kids. Yeah.
This is all my daughters know. So to them, this is normal. This is what they do. They know that they go to school, they put their mask on, they leave it on all day except for when they're eating, and they come home. So for them, there hasn't really been a lot of change. This is just what they know. So I'm really glad this happened for them while they were so young, so that they have nothing else to compare to. It must be tough for teenagers, especially for your older son. He's 11, right?
Yeah.
So for him, having gone to school for so many years a certain way, and then to all of a sudden have to change it, he must feel a bigger impact than younger kids, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. So they're heavily reliant on the Discord, all those, instant message software. They're yearning, they're hungry for that personal interaction, even though it's like digital online.
Yes.
Nothing. What about like now? Most things are open up, right? Back to normal. Other than school, what are your kids doing outside school?
So my kids actually have a pretty busy after-school schedule. They attend Inside Academy twice a week, and they focus on reading comprehension and math. And my older daughter also plays soccer with your daughter, and they both go to Pacific Dance. and they actually just started Korean class Saturday morning. And I'm also trying to squeeze in Chinese class somewhere. I don't know where, I'm out of days, so I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah. I think that's another good thing as a mom. I really appreciate that. There's so many like kids-related friendly resources, no matter they're into sports or arts or language. There's just so many options out there. Like even the dance classes alone, I remember you telling me you guys like exploring different dance studio, find the one fit you the best, no matter what you like or the schedule. So that's really helpful for all the parents, right? Because you have to coordinate everything on the logistic and all that. So that's a luxury to have, I feel.
I will say Irvine has a plethora of resources when it comes to, after school programs, like you said, whether it be for sports, for academics or dance or arts, anything like that. This is the place to be. For your kids.
I agree. In Irvine, I also appreciate that they have so many like different like diversified choice of like restaurant and grocery and all that. I just want to know what will you have to name one or two your favorite restaurant in Irvine?
Oh geez, favorite restaurants in Irvine. Well, there's a few. My older daughter just turned 8, and it was her birthday wish to go to Texas de Brazil, which is a Brazilian churrascaria off Jamboree. So we went there. That's one of her favorite places. We like to support local businesses. So my kids love sushi, which is a very expensive cuisine for young children to like.
My son too.
Yeah. So they really like going to Kyo sushi or Kura sushi. Yeah. More for the fun of it, right? Because of the revolving sushi belts and things like that. So.
They really know how to work children, how they get it,
They really do.
They have a like, what do you call it, a twist egg machine. You have to put it, every time you finish a dish, you're supposed to drop it in. I think it takes every
15 plates, you get one toy.
Probably worth only 30 cents.
That is what they go for.
But it's about the experience, right? They go,
exactly.
The kids get to, pick what I want from the conveyor belt.
Right.
And when
it's
you're
an
done.
Experience.
Yes. So totally, yes. I my kids love it there too. What about when you have like, if you happen to have friends or out-of-town visitor, where do you normally take them, show them around when they're visiting Irvine?
Well, when they come down to Irvine, we always take them to Great Park. We take them to Irvine Spectrum. Everybody loves to shop, so we always have to make a pit stop at South Coast Plaza. And of course, if they have kids, Disneyland is always their first choice, and all the other local amusement parks that we have around here too. So, and of course the beaches, Laguna Beach and Newport Beach.
Oh yeah, I mean, we go to the beach a lot, especially during COVID time. We want to go to somewhere like a more open air, open space, and we also like the Newport Back Bay. That's the water is very calm, so it's not really like you don't have the ocean tide. Yes. So we're doing like paddleboard, kayaking, and plus the parking there is super easy. It's not like most of the parking along beaches can hard to find and also cost a lot. So check it out when you're in town, the Newport Back Bay.
Yes.
Let's see. During the pandemic time, I know a lot of people, they didn't make them rethink about home, what it means, and what your home needs. I also know a lot of people thinking about, considering moving to Irvine. For those people thinking about it, any suggestion, any tips for them?
Yes. For those of you out there that are thinking about moving here, think no more. You just have to do it. I promise you won't regret your decision. During the pandemic, having to work and go to school and eat and sleep all in the same space, we obviously realized, some extra space would be nice. Sure. So I feel like a lot of Irvine families have moved up within the city. Nobody really wants to leave City of Irvine. They just want to upgrade to a larger home. So I encourage anybody out there who is living in, New York or Chicago, San Francisco, whatever it may be, any urban area who is looking for a nice blend of suburbia and urban areas, this is the place to be. You won't regret it. I feel like home prices are going to continue to appreciate, and I have nothing but wonderful things to say about it. You just have to do it.
You should be my sales partner. You should be a realtor.
I should.
You said it way better than I do. Well, thank you so much for sharing your experience and tips in Irvine. If you guys have any questions, you want to get an answer from the real Irvine mom, feel free to comment below. All right, so Angeline, since you've been here for 20 years, what changes have you seen in the last 5 to 10 years in Irvine?
What changes haven't we seen, right? When I moved into my house 11 years ago, I had a straight shot of the fireworks show at Disneyland every single night.
Wow.
Up until maybe about the third year, and then they started building more homes and more homes. And before you know it, my view was gone. Our home backs up to a street. And when we first moved in, it was so quiet you can hear a pin drop. Now all you hear are the cars, roaring by, every few seconds, and the traffic has probably tripled or quadrupled in the last 10 years that I've been living here. I mean, despite all these little things, I would still live here hands down, no questions asked, but it has changed a lot.
Yeah. That's true. It's great for kids to be in Irvine, like good school and all those fun activity they get to do. But let's talk about it. Like, they have a lot of activity for sure. That makes us parents like super busy, especially like you and me. We both like a full-time working mom, right? What is like when we try to juggle work, family, and kids activity?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, it's a struggle every day, right? Being a full-time working mom and juggling, the kids' activities, it does get very tough. Both my kids have different schedules for pickups and drop-offs. So between my husband and I, we're constantly on the phone just trying to figure out logistically what the next step is. Like say for example, oh, it's 2:30. Are you gonna go pick up Kendall or am I responsible for that? Okay, so you're gonna run her over to soccer while I take the little one to dance, right? So it's just constantly evolving. We don't plan for more than a week at a time because we just don't know what's going to happen. So,
and like you said,
it's pretty chaotic.
Like the traffic, you factor in the commute time and all that. Actually, I totally can relate to that. I have 2 kids too, and boy and girl, 11 and 7. So they have different interests, different classes they need to be. We literally, I kid you not, that it's get to a point that my husband and I just print out a weekly schedule, color coded, so we know who, where, and who. It's just so complicated. Like yesterday, I forgot I was shopping at Costco, and for some reason I thought I need to pick up my daughter's soccer practice around 6:30. Actually, it's 5:45. So it's really embarrassing. I love my soccer mom teams. Another soccer mom called me and said, Regina, I have your daughter here. I was like, oh shoot, I thought it's 6:30. Thank you. I'll be there in 10 minutes. But yes, so it's really
it's
tough.
Always a challenge.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's tough
for the parents. Like I feel like I'm always on the road, like pick up and drop off, and I always forget stuff. Good things, everything's very central. So still, even I'm Costco is still like not far away, so I still be able to be there like 5 to 10 minutes. But
exactly.
It's true. It's our reality.
So Regina, as a full-time working career woman and a mom, I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard to juggle both. At the end of the day, the most important thing is our family, and they are the reason and the driving force of why we work so hard, right? So I think a part of it is we kind of bring it upon ourselves, right? Because we always want our children to do well, so we want to enroll them in every possible after-school activity. We want to take a couple of vacations a year, like going to Hawaii or, Disney World, wherever it may be. And unfortunately, that all requires a lot of money and resources. Therefore, we force ourselves to work harder, add more stress onto our lives in order to do that. So it is more of a rat race, but at the end of the day, it's for our children, it's for our family, and that's what we love most. So I do it happily. How about you?
I know we actually, Angelina and I have the mom lunch a lot just to vent because it's a lot on our plate and just need someone to confide in. I feel for me, I agree, like family comes first, they're important, but I do realize after a long stretch of time, I just feel so exhausted. I need to make a conscious effort to make time for myself, like self-care.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, I'm always on the run, but even when I spend time with the kids, I'm just feel like, oh, I can't wait for them to go to bed.
So run down.
I mean, I feel bad saying that, but it's true because we're empty.
But you know what? I feel the same way. I know exactly what you're going through. You're right. We're always on E, right? Because from the moment we wake up till the moment our head hits the pillow, we're constantly doing something. Yeah. We're never taking a rest. We're never having a moment to ourselves. We're never having any of that me time. And I feel like that's very important. So in order to balance or to counteract that, I try to plan some activities with my girlfriends and high school friends, different groups of people, at least once every quarter or once or twice a quarter, just to kind of get that time back and to really balance yourself again so that you are ready to go for that next week, with your kids.
Right. I mean, it sounds very cliche and lame, but I do believe in it. The older I get, I understand the importance of self-care.
Yes.
Because you're not the right state, you cannot help out. When you're trying to,
Exactly.
even you're physically with them, you're not present, you don't enjoy the time. I think that kind of defeats the purpose.
It does. And I experience that quite frequently. So
Yeah.
it is important to take some time for yourself.
So it sounds like your self-care is hanging out with your girlfriend. That's when you can
Yes.
flesh out all the frustration
And complain to each other about what we're going through, right?
Yeah, venting is very helpful.
It
Very
is very
important
helpful,
for female.
especially when they can relate and they feel what you're going through. It just, misery needs company, right? We're
Right.
all in it together.
Right, I agree. Yeah. I would say though, another thing I like to take care of myself is like I try to schedule like a massage. I do enjoy that. But actually, the funny thing is that when I'm laying there, I feel that that's how I can unwind. My brain, I doesn't stop or sleep. I just feel like it's like a zen place, if that makes sense. But
It is, but most of the time I find that when I'm getting a massage, it affords me the time to think about, unfortunately, work and other things that I have to do.
Then don't do it.
Yes, and then it makes me feel guilty laying there trying to enjoy myself when I have all these things that I'm supposed to be doing. So sometimes it's counterproductive.
I guess you have to find your own thing
Yes.
for self-care. All right, this is wonderful. Thank you, Angeline.
Thank you so
joining
much
us
for
today.
having me. I had so much fun.
I know, I enjoy our feels like just a girls talk, like chit-chatting. Don't forget, Saturday, our game's on Saturday. I'm gonna see you on the soccer field.
Yes, I'll see you then.
Bye.